Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 2 review of Series 6. Series 6 being Natural Fine Cut. And as you just saw, it will be of the American Snuff Company product. They're from their Grizzly line. So let's take a look at the packaging. That is a metal lid with a raised thin silver rim in the American Snuff Company fashion. The only other thing on the lid that is raised is the actual word Grizzly. The background color is red. Branding and cut. American Snuff Company branding. Branding and cut again. Barcode. Website. And the fact that this is a 1.2 ounce can. The website is mygrizzly.com. And manufacturer's information. Basically stating that this is a product of the American Snuff Company of Memphis, Tennessee. This product is 90% domestic, 10% foreign tobacco. On the back, you have the cut flavor up top. You have a made-on date code. H8 would be August 2018. And we were within 5 months of that passing, so it's good. Coupons and more at mygrizzly.com. And then underneath that, the warning label. So I have never had this product before, but I am hopeful. The long cut natural and the extra long cut, I didn't care for overly. But I did like the Grizzly Snuff. And that is a little bit of an oddity. Grizzly here is the only brand that has an entry in fine cut natural and snuff, which is, in my mind, somewhat noteworthy. Okay, so we got the lid off. I am not reading the inside of the lid. We got a short cut. Looks fairly consistent. Smell off the can. It's not bad. For whatever reason, the long and extra long cut versions of natural with Grizzly didn't play well with me. I mean, they weren't absolutely terrible by any means, but I just didn't overly care for them. Their snuff and this, though, even the smell off the can, I sort of find it appealing, actually. So I'm going to take a pinch of this. Well, you know what? First I'm going to get you a cut shot. What am I doing? That is registering. There is a little bit more of a brown tinge than on this camera, but that's pretty close. All right. The moisture level in the product is good. Actually, this is one of the moister Grizzly products I think I've reviewed. Yeah, it's really good, actually. Now, I am backing this with a finger, but it is a little bit easier to pinch than the snuff, obviously, and that would be the idea, I would hope. And I am back. Okay. I like it. It's you know, it's all right. It's good. Now, as I said before, the long cut natural and the extra long cut natural by Grizzly, I wasn't really overly keen on. They weren't terrible. They weren't bad. They were, safe enough. But they didn't really strike me as anything special. But then I've liked the Grizzly Snuff and this, and I've said in other video, perceptions change and whatnot. I was thinking about that. I'm like, could my perceptions change that broadly though? Like where I'm liking every. There could be a couple of factors here that have made the products more acceptable to me. Obviously, it is not really the cut. That said, the Grizzly Fine Cut Natural here and the Snuff that I did a number of days ago have been the moistest Grizzly products that I've ever had. The moisture level in both of them have been good, like real good, by my tastes. All right, so the moisture levels are way up in them, where they were not with the extra long cut and long cut naturals. The other thing is there is a immediate flavor release, and it's pretty stronger because of the cut. Now, for pinching, packing, moving around reasons, I do not like the cut. I dip stokers, so obviously I'm not a fine cut guy. But that said, I do realize that there is more flavor faster with a fine cut. And between the Snuff and this, that could be it too. Higher moisture levels, more immediate flavor, have somewhat skewed my interpretation of whatever background flavor is running through all these products. And it is sort of the same background flavor. The background flavor of this stuff, their Snuff, is along the same lines as their long cut and extra long cut naturals. It's sort of the same thing. It's just being released in a different fashion, and it's more moist. So, if you like fine cuts, and a lot of people do. I mean, it's not my thing, but there is reasons to like them. Flavor release being one of them. I'd give it a try. I don't really have a preference over this fine cut or their Snuff. The fine cut was a little bit easier getting it out of the can since I am not overly experienced in pinching fine cuts or Snuff. But you notice I did do it in one pinch, and the Snuff I was sort of, you know what I mean? So, if fine cuts are your thing, and or natural, or the combination of both, then you should definitely give a try to Grizzly's Premium Natural Fine Cut. The background color is red. It sort of fades to a dark towards the edges of the rim, but that is what you're looking for from the store's counter. All right. These fine cuts seem to go between, the Fine Cut Naturals seem to go between a red-black combo and the long cuts brown tan, depending on the company. But yeah, the Grizzly product is a definite option, viable option in my mind. I preferred the Stoker product, but it's got that background flavor. I don't know what it is. It may have something to do with it being aged in bourbon barrels or something along those lines. And the salt is down. So it is much different than the Stoker's product, but not necessarily in a bad way. I just prefer the salt of the Stoker's product. But I mean, if you don't like salt, then you're going to want to go with this, because this is the only other, besides the Stoker's that I've put in the first tier, this is the only other first tier product. Okay? So out of metal lids and first tier quality, you only have this or the Stoker's. Or if you want to go to a finer cut, you have the Copenhagen or the Grizzly Snuff. Okay? So, yeah. I don't think I'd buy this again, other for, whenever I review it again, but besides that, I'll leave it in afterwards. The nicotine's definitely there. It's holding fairly firm. I did move it around the side, if you notice. It's holding fairly firm. The flavor dies down a little bit after it's in, but you know, it's still there. It's not bad. I'm a little dry tonight. I think I would have had it flowing a little bit better if I had kept it up front, but you know, no fault of the product by any means. The nicotine's there. There is a little tingle, but I've been dipping all day, so I'm not going to be really feeling much. But this is staying in after this video is over, and I will probably end up dipping the can. That's really the final comment when it comes to me. Whether after this review, I'm going to finish the can, because some of the stuff I do not. You know, I mean, there's obvious ones like the Redwood, but a lot of the third tiers I did not finish. Anyway, this has been the review of Grizzly's Premium Natural Fine Cut. I am the Suit&Tie Dip and Chew Guy. I would like to say hello and thank you to Theron Mathis, Arbol. Oh boy, yeah, you might. Somebody's finally got me. Okay, Arbolus Sebastian, Stephen Emas, and Moss 717. Guys, I hope I didn't completely butcher you all, although I have a feeling I might have. Anyway, thank you, and as always, everybody take care of themselves, and God bless.